The zoo thought that they can win the heart of Biafrans. They don't know that when they say IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, it doesn't mean that it's a group. It doesn't mean it's an organization. It doesn't mean it's a community. It doesn't mean it's a village. It doesn't mean if it is a state. A kind of a WhatsApp group where people just gather. This is everybody who is born in Biafran land, both south east and south south. As long as you have a touch of Biafra, you are an IPOB. You are an IPOB. Indigenous. And that is why when you go to foreign countries, you hear that Morocco, Australia, Austria, the indigenous people are no longer there because they were conquered and chased out of their land. And that's why we're fighting to keep our own land, so that they won't conquer us and chase us out. We'll not be wanderers around the globe. This promise was made by God. And they said what? We must take a stand to return this very ticket back to whom it is due. And that's where they got offended. As we are riding for this freedom, we must understand that every necessary works of faith, progression, charisma, and what it should be, must not be taken for granted. So, as we are now riding for freedom and making sure that things is kept reluctantly, let's understand this one game. The motion to put Biafra in world map. We are more convinced now than ever that our game is top notch. There's no two ways about it. It's just for you to look at it and say, oh, this is good, this is wonderful, this is precious. And when you have that eye, you will see that what is on your screen is Anambra traders reject government's move to stop it at home. Everybody has, in one way or the other, accepted Biafra. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. We must understand that we're not enemies of ourselves. But those who have made us enemies are people who claim that we are not doing it the right way. Yet they can't even fish out how they want us to be doing it. How on earth do you want us to be doing these things? And that's the game. So, as we are now pushing ourselves back to our roots, let's engage properly, without hesitation, without ridiculing anyone, and without stressing ourselves. We must face it to the end. We're gonna I just learned that the Biafran army has just conquered another 4 towns and 2 local governments in Imo State. And the zoo is really crying. They said all their efforts to make sure that Uzodinma wins Imo State has now gone in vain. And very soon, Uzodinma will be running to, what is it called? He'll be running to Aso Rock for refuge. You see, You cannot continue to kill your own people and you expect them to fold their arms. It's not possible. But the painful thing here is that we see something like Rocha Sokorocha. All the evil that Rocha Sokorocha did, today Imo State are forgiving him. I hope, because we are very good, we have short memory. We are very good at forgetting things. We are very good at forgetting that there are times we need to fight back. There are times we need to face these our enemies without forgiveness. And unless we do it that way, that's the only way we can win. So, one at a time, Biafra victory has become a strong voice amongst the nation. Everything has become more comparable to the after effects, and everybody will get to see that our victory and our pursuit is becoming more comparable. You see, I must take it too personal in everything I say here, that we will not engage anybody into a point where they wouldn't know their left and right. It's not possible. It has to be game for game and game for all, because that's where the message starts from. So as we ride for freedom and as we make multiple sense, we must equally understand that there is a name for everybody, a name for every soul, a name that has to do with redemption, restoration, and more effectiveness in the things we chase. So let's gather these points together. We capture Imo State, win Imo State, return it back to the true owners, and we move to Enugu State. Because those people have even sworn with their life that they are not going to leave our land. We're not talking about those that come for business and those that came to buy properties. No. We're talking about those terrorists. Those ones who, in the name of herdsmen, who take our people, take them into the bush, collect money, and end up a bukwa. These are people we don't want in our land. We'll do everything possible to make sure they don't stay. Oyeno, you're one name.